Okay, so this is the first set of notes from Unit 2. Unit 2, we're doing a lot of work with descriptive statistics. So there is a certain set of characteristics of data that we use when we make descriptions. So the idea here is that you have a set of data, whether it be quantitative or qualitative, but it's usually quantitative. So it's numeric kind of stuff. And we want to find certain things about that data. So the first one we might want to try to find is its center. So center is a broad term that talks about somehow the middle of the data set. Now we're going to see that there's a number of different ways to describe the middle, but that's one of the characteristics that data can have, is it should have a center. We talk about the data's variation. So a variation is like how much variety or how much a data set can differ. Okay, so we'll talk about things like standard deviation and variance as measures of variation. So it's, how much kind of variety or how different can items in the set be from one another and still be inside the set. We talk about distribution. Okay, so how is the data spread out? Is it all bunched up? Is it broad out lengthy? Does it run between a small number and a big number? Does it run between two small numbers? So it's how is that information distributed? Number 4, are there outliers? Okay, so an outlier is like, here's the whole data set over here, and then there's like something over here. Like, you might have people of varying heights and then one really tall guy, or like a whole bunch of people who have average incomes, and then there's like Jeff Bezos over here who's got way more than everybody else, so he's kind of like separate from the set. Number 5 is that we have to talk about times. Okay, so like, how is the data changing over time, right? So like, were the data points all collected at the same time? Was one collected and then another an hour later and then another an hour later after that? Like, what was the time span and how did the data relate to each other with respect to time? So in summary, 5 major characteristics of data. What is the center? What is the variation? How are they distributed? What are the outliers? And how does the data stand with respect to time?